Hello.
Hello.
How are all your tests? Are you still
Um,
taking tests?
yes, I will have another test on Friday.
Lots of tests. And then will you be finished or will you have more next week?
I will be finished.
Very good. Okay. Well, do you think after you are finished with your tests, you will have time to answer the questions?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Well, you still have the questions from chapter 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I think
Yes.
I said 1 and 2. I will send 3 and 4 to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then you can do them after you're finished with your tests and send them to me. So we read chapters 1 and 2. Can you turn in your book to chapter 3 and we will
Oh,
read that?
okay. The days of September passed, one after the other, much the same. Annemarie and Ellen walked to school together and home again, always now, taking the longer way, avoiding the tall soldier and his partner. Kirsty, though, just behind
Dawdle. That means she went very slowly. Dawdle.
Do- Dodo, just behind them are scampered, ahead never out of their sight. The two mothers still had their coffee bit together in the afternoons. They began to knit mittens as the day grew slightly shorter and the first leaves began to fall from the trees. Because another winter was coming, everyone remembered the last one. There was no
Fuel. Fuel.
fuel, fuel now for the homes and apartments in Copenhagen, and the winter nights were terribly cold, like the other families in their building. Johanssons had opened the old
Chimney.
chimney and installed a little stove to use for heat when they could find coal to burn. Mama used it too, sometimes for cooking because electricity was rationed now.
Ration. Rationed.
Rationed now. At night they used candles for light. Sometimes Ellen's father, a teacher, complained in frustration because he couldn't see in the dim light to correct his student papers. Soon we will have to add another blanket to your bed, Mama said one morning as she and Emery tidied the room. Kirsty and I are lucky to have each other for warmth in the winter. Emery said poor Ellen, to have no sister. She will have to snuggle in her in with her mama and papa when it gets cold. Mama said, smiling. I remember when Kirsty slept between you and Papa. She was supposed to stay in her crib, but in the middle of the night she would climb out and get in with you, Emery said, smoothing the pillows on the bed. Then she
Hesitated.
hesitated and glanced at her mother, fearful that she had said the wrong thing, the thing that would bring the pain look to her mother's face. The days when little Christy slept in Mama and Papa's room were the days when Lisa,
Least.
Liz and Emery shared his bed. When Mama was laughing quietly I remember too, she said. Sometimes she wet the bed in the middle of the night. I did not, Kirsty said haughtily. From the bedroom doorway, I never ever did that. Mama, still laughing, knelt and kissed Kirsty on the cheek. Time to leave for school, girls. She said she began to button Kirsty's jacket. Oh dear, she said suddenly. Look, this button has broken right in half. Annemarie, take Kirsty with you after school to the little shop where Mr. Hirsch sells thread and butter. See if you can buy just one to match the others on her jacket. I will give you some kroner. It wouldn't cost very much, but after school when the girls stopped at the shop, which had been there as long as Annemarie could remember, they found it closed. There was a new padlock on the door and a sign, but the sign was in
German.
German. They couldn't read the word. I wonder if little Hirsch is sick, Annemarie said as they walked away. I saw her I saw her Saturday. Ellen said she was with her husband and their son. They all look just fine, or at least the parents look just fine. The son always looks like a horror. She giggled. Annemarie made a face. The Hirsch family lived in the neighborhood, so they had seen the boy, Sam,
Samuel.
Samuel, often. He, he was a tall teenager with thick glasses, stoop, stoop soldier, and unruly hair. He rode a bicycle to school, leaning forward and crinkling his nose to nut his glasses into place. His bicycle had wooden wheels now that rubber tires were available, and it creaked and
Clattered.
clattered on the street. I think the Hirsch all went on a vacation to the seashore, Kirsty announced, and I suppose they took a big basket of fingers cookies with them. Annemarie said
Sarcastically.
sarcastically to her sister. Yes, I suppose they did, Kirsty replied. Annemarie and Ellen exchanged looks. That means Kirsty is so dumb. No one in Copenhagen had taken a vacation at the seashore. The
Seashore.
seashore since the war began. There were no pink person cupcakes. They hadn't been for months. Still, Emery thought, looking back at the shop before they turned the corner. Where was little Hirsch? The Hirsch family had gone somewhere. Why else would they close the shop? Mama was troubled when she heard the news. Are you sure? She asked several times. We can find another button someplace, Emery assured her. Or we can take one from the bottom of the jacket and move it up. It won't show very much, but it didn't seem to be the jacket that worried Mama. Are you sure the sign was in German? She asked. Maybe you didn't look carefully. Mama, it had a
Swastika.
was sticker on it. Her mother turned away with a distracted look. Annemarie, watch your sister for a few moments, and began to peel the potatoes for dinner. I will be right back. Where are you going? Annemarie asked her mother. Start for the door. I want to talk to Mrs. Rosen. Puzzled, Annemarie watched her mother leave the apartment. She went to the kitchen and opened the door to the cupboard, where the potatoes were kept. Every night now, it seemed they had potatoes for dinner and very little else. Annemarie was almost asleep when there was a light knock on the bedroom door. Candlelight appeared as the door opened, and her mother stepped in. Are you asleep, Annemarie? No. Why? Is something wrong? Nothing wrong, but I would like you to get up and come out to the living room. Peter's here. Papa and I want to talk to you. Annemarie jumped out of bed and Kirsty grunted in her sleep. Peter. She hadn't seen him in a long time. There was something frightening about his being here at night. Copenhagen had a curfew, and no citizens were allowed out after 8 o'clock. It was very dangerous, she knows, for Peter to visit at this time, but she was glad that he was here. So his visits were always hurried. They almost seemed secret. Somehow, in a way, she couldn't quite, she didn't quite put her finger on. Still, it was a treat to see Peter. It brought back memory of happier times, and her parents loved Peter too. They say he was like a son. Barefoot, she ran to the living room and into Peter's arms. He, he kissed her cheek and ruffled her long hair. You grow taller since I saw you last, he told her. You're all legs. Annemarie laughed. I won the girls' portrait last Friday at school. She told him proudly. Where have you been? We missed you. My work takes me all over, Peter explained. Look, I brought you something. One for Kirsty, too. He reached into his pocket her handed her to Cecil. Annemarie put the smaller one on the table to save it for her sister. She held the other in her hands, turning it in the light, looking at the rigged, pearly surface. It was so like Peter to bring just the right gift for your mama and papa. I brought something more practical. 2 bottles of beer. Mama and Papa smiled and raised their glasses. Papa took a sip and whipped the foam from his upper lip. Then his face became more serious. Annemarie, he said, Peter told us that the Germans have issued orders closing many stores run by Jews.
Okay, let's stop there. And what I would like you to do before we meet tomorrow night, could you finish reading that chapter and the next chapter and read to page 40, the top of page 43, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you read those pages by the time we meet tomorrow evening, and then we will finish reading that next chapter when we meet with Khanh Tran tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
So you don't have to answer any questions now. Just finish reading to page 40, the top of page 43, okay?
Okay.
And I will see you tomorrow.
Okay. See you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.